All right, welcome back to another highlights video. From this, I am reviewing a very dicey 3-stack on 2-stack battle where I defended myself. This is turn, I think the battle was during turn 87, and this was featured during episode 59 of my series on the 40 turn head start challenge, where I give my 5 allied AI opponents a 40 turn head start, which proved to be the most difficult Age of Wonders 3 challenge I've done so far. And this was one of the 2 best battles of the entire series. After I completed it, looked back. And if you check out my Steam guide, where I talk about my strategy for using Draconian Necromancer for beating masses of allied Emperor AI opponents and doing certain challenges like this, you can see where I have all the key battles from this series, the 40 turn series. All the key battles have been linked to directly from the specific videos in the series where those battles take place. So there's about, I don't know, like 20 or so of the most interesting battles of the series that I've provided timestamps for and descriptions to. So you can click on that YouTube video in the Steam guide and be taken right to the start of that battle and see how it played out. But I'm doing these recordings because whereas with those original recordings, it's me play by play, thinking carefully. It can be long, it can be boring. With this, I wanted to do a replay where we can go fast, where we can watch it without seeing all my deliberation and thinking and hemming and hawing, and we can just see how it played out and see what decisions I made. And so that's what we're going to watch here. Is one of my other favorite battles from the series. So this was upper left-hand corner of the map versus Warlords, who have their ultimate global spell up, and so everybody is elite. And I have a tanky Dreadnought hero, 65 health, 22 defense, 13 resistance. I've got a sorcerer. I have a rogue whose shadow form ability is going to be key. I've got some spicy champion level goblin phalanxes, which have the lifesteal ability, which was really essential to dealing with this. A champion 3 banshee with the incorporeal physical resistance was essential. And then these guys weren't particularly useful versus this. They proved meat shields. This is my leader, an apprentice. So it's a pretty small force, but we'll see how it went down. So they're charging in here, and I'm already thinking about where do I want to position. And I like these maps because there's a lot of choke points. Had we not had this battle on a choke point map, I would have definitely lost entirely, or let's slow it down here. I would have lost entirely or had significant losses. So you can see that I put Guardian Flame on there. So I'm trying to think about who do I want where. I'm trying to leave some sucker cadaver units out here. And the sucky thing about these, not only how much hit points, but they do guard breaker. So you can see here how it breaks guard. So the guard breaker makes it much harder to do this choke point holding strategy. Much, much harder. And it doesn't help that, let's cancel something out. So if we looked at they've got tireless, which sucks to deal with. Plenty of health, regrowth, of course, which sucks. The crippling wounds, reducing movement of mine sucks. First strike sucks to deal with. So all this comes from a global assault where everybody's granted charge, including on the war breeds, which they normally don't have. First strike, etc. So pretty difficult, but I was basically trying to get units that I knew could be super tanky in the choke points and put the soft people behind. They also have a few heroes that were... So they got one ranged unit, which sucks, because this... Okay, so you can see I let one fall, and then I had to fill the gap with my hero here, who's got the fire aura to do some damage. The defender, which isn't that useful, again, because they guard break you out of it, right? But killing momentum, I think I used once or twice. Fearsome, every time they perform a melee attack, they have a chance to be panicked. That procced a few times, so there's two. And dazzled, so every time, you know, this sort of stuff is pretty essential. And this, with the first strike to cancel that out and some additional melee damage, they hit pretty hard. So we got the Guarded by Flames on there, the Dark Gift Global, and Inflict Curse from the Dark Gift, so that I can put as much debuffs as possible on them. So yeah, fearsome, chance to inflict that, like crippling wounds from riding the Manticore, which is also proved useful. So just a whole lot of debuffs on this guy, a little bit of physical protection. We just put Static Shield on here, again, just to slow down the assault, just to have somebody be stunned, form a barrier of units that are just sitting there, not allowing the rest of these guys to come in and do damage. So I was able to put him back here, do a little range damage. And then these guys don't have a particularly good home, so they're eventually going to fall, and my hope is that I can reanimate them later. Is this guy stunned? Just cursed. That was annoying. So this guy was a pain in the ass. I knew I had to find some way to at range. So you can see guard break, but at least he gets some lifesteal back, right? So he's getting some lifesteal back, but I know, man, I need to shore that up, right? So I'm thinking about where I'm going to put the shadow form spell, right? These guys are tempting some additional people in. So he's got some debuffs on him. But you're going to see much more crazy debuffs coming up. I know I'm needing to heal him. So already, can I not? What can I not select? What was I thinking about? Okay, can I? Okay. So already crippled, immolated, nothing else quite yet. What is this guy? Cursed, immolated, and panicked. Right. So that's, we want lots of debuffs happening. Did I? Well, I haven't yet cast that. Shadow form. Okay, there it is. Okay, and I'm also able to use the sorcerer to stun, especially if some debuffs like cursed, then it's much easier to land that stun. But in this case, with this sort of life-stealing ability and the 60% physical protection from shadow form, now this guy has a chance, and so you'll see what the damage looks like from here on out. I was able to stun one of them, right? So only one guy is at this point attacking, trying to also reduce movement with the energy drain, right? So just a lot of debuffs on these guys. So the energy drain, if you can proc a few energy drains and they're in place and they can't attack, then it's virtually the same as having them stunned. So notice, you know, losing health, but also stealing a good deal of health. So his climb down in hit points is going a lot slower. He's running away, as we knew. Unfortunately, his regrowth allies the immolation. This guy will come in, but he gets panicked right away from the debuff. This guy is getting up in their face, going after my hero, which is no bueno. These guys are taking the bait over here. That's fine, easy peasy. So it's distracting some folks to come around, which is good. Because right, everything's blocked off here, so they're coming back here to go for the guys that are available, taking them away from the front lines. Okay, so heal. I love the AoE stuff because you get multiple stuns. I was able to death him out, especially after the debuff. So these guys are both really low, and I'm able to get a little free lifesteal because nobody else is around, so I can go ahead and attack and lifesteal. And likewise, I'm able to get some free lifesteal against this guy. He's panicked, so he's running away. I think we'll burn out. So they're moving. So some of them are coming back now that there are spaces available. So I heal him up because again, and I put static sphere. So now not only is he hard to kill, but there's also additional chance to stun. So both of these guys have the static shield. So this guy was barely taken out, moved him over here. Able to attack at range and take him out, thankfully, before the regrowth had more. Not at all. Big beefy tank. They're going after this now. It's the only one available. Just trying to kite. So I raise him up to turn around. Some pistoling. Woof. Still okay. Add static shield to this guy now to try and dissuade him from targeting. Even though he's 60% incorporeal, still does take significant damage. So now at this point, I'm feeling pretty good. So he's stunned. They're coming back. See, but I wouldn't be able to hold this off if it wasn't for the choke point nature of the map, right? So trying to get the stun off, I do. Attacking him to boost the life back up through the lifesteal. Getting these back in. Just cursory damage, inflicting a little bit. Bleed, Killer Instinct, just so that he does more damage to the rank and file units. Coming in, goodbye. So wasting their time. Coming back in, have some debuffs, stunned and blinded. Not that blinded matters. Stunned. And again, but some of these guys, if they hang around, they're just the morale is going from great to really bad. So again, the stunned guy taking the opportunity to steal life back up, invoking death to lower him, little harmonized castings, cursory damage here just because he got nothing better to do with that guy, trying to whittle him down. And lifesteal, stack shield resist. Warcry. 14. He's stunned there. Again, the tireless ability is essential. Not only is the lifesteal, but more importantly, the tireless ability on these guys, because they can steal life with everything. So both of those are stunned. Some free life, greater life stealing back, coming out for the kill, breaking the ranks because I can, getting some movement debuffs, right? So only one attack, got the stun off. And now, thankfully, because the threat is gone, I can concentrate on resurrecting key units and looking to ghoul people. Yeah. 21, damn. So successfully taunted. Maybe I wasn't looking to. I think I was putting it up in his face. Did I not end up ghouling this guy? I guess not. Maybe it was the other guy that I ended up ghouling. I forget. We'll see in a second. Yeah, raising him. Got the stun off. Looking to try and get the inflict despairs on, probably. Stun. Yeah, stacking the despair and broken spirit. Yeah, so I was looking to ghoul this guy. So I went and was able to get the ghoul curse off, which was nice. So that was that crazy battle. So thanks for watching that. Hopefully that was a speedier and more interesting take on that battle. But I'll be doing some others from key battles from the series. And thanks for watching. And check out my channel for other content. Thanks.